Hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. Let's start the show. Hey,
what's up?
Hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. 2026 got me looking like Rayman. I'm Doug Bennett.
I also sold my soul to corporate greed. I'm your other co-host, Seth Nacho. Welcome to the Sleepy Boy podcast, where two sleepy EP sleepy boys talk about things that you need to be woke on, I guess. I don't know.
The missile is
things that'll keep you up
very
at night.
tired. The missile is very tired.
The missile is... Oh my god, yeah. The missile will be where the missile will... The coordinates of the missile are...
The missile knows where to go because it knows where it isn't and where it will be.
Exactly. Oh, that's a callback. Holy shit, I haven't thought about that in forever. What up, guys? I hope you had a happy New Year's. This is the INH boys coming at you in a new year. New year, not a new us.
I mean, new in some ways, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look at you. You're looking like you got a whole ass head of hair now.
Oh yeah, I'm getting worse, and it's everybody's problem.
Not what I thought you were gonna say. No, dude, you're looking good, man. I think it looks nice. I bet it's soft.
No, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
I would like to know, actually. Apparently. Oh man, so look, Doug, you're a big Twitter guy.
Yeah, sure.
Me and you, we look at different parts of Twitter, right? That's no secret. Doug's algorithm is way different from mine.
Yeah. I look at the news. Seth looks at the 12 people that still haven't left for Blue Sky, so you know what kind of content that is.
You mean my boy Will Stansel? No, I'm talking about the OnlyFans detected, ad rejected. You know, there's some spicy content on Twitter, right? Don't like it, okay? Because then it shows up on Maine. Ted Cruz, this is a PSA. But there's been a really disturbing trend recently. I don't know if you've seen this. With girls advertising this way now are taking pictures of themselves and asking Grok to put them in a bikini.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Have you seen this?
It's fucking hilarious, and also, everybody's doing it to everybody. It's the current way to own somebody right now. It's like, this guy's a gay retard. Grok, put him in a bikini. And Grok does a great job of it. It's just,
I mean,
the schlubby fat guy in what would otherwise be a pretty hot bikini. It totally owned.
Okay, well, I have not seen fat guy in like a micro bikini. I've seen mostly women doing it, and like there'll be like a clear tape bikini as well, which is weird to see. And then I've seen other girls, specifically one creator that I know, that she's always like, this is disgusting. Why are people doing this?
Yeah, just bait for, let me see how many people I can get to do it. If I pretend I don't like it, then everyone will do it.
I guess to them, yeah. So, farming engagement maybe, but it's a disturbing trend to me to see AI doing this. I mean, I get it does farm engagement and clicks and all that, but it's, it's a little strange. But I mean, it's the way AI is going, right? AI is, deep fakes are here to stay now. And any image if you have an image of yourself online, it can be porn. It can be.
So, sorry if you ever put your kids out there. Like,
oh, I guess, yeah, that's true. I was thinking more of like your Facebook photo or whatever.
I mean, guys like me have been saying that since the start of this generative AI stuff. It's like, once they admitted that they trained the data sets on the entire internet, they're like, yeah, we just kind of ignored all the privacy agreements. And we took everything from Facebook and every picture and everything off of Reddit. That's why a lot of these AIs sound the way they do. They're fucking Redditors. But yeah, so as soon as they admitted that, I was like, wow, you should probably never post a picture of your child.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, why are you posting pictures of yourself online?
So that's a tough L to take for anyone who's already done that.
But Elon did come out with a statement, like Twitter and Elon came out with a statement that if you make Grok do anything illegal, you will be held responsible.
Yeah, I mean, by whose authority?
I think it's just them covering their asses.
Yeah. My question is, like, does that even cover their ass? I almost doubt it, except for the amount of money they can put in the pockets of people who would perform the accountability holding action. But still on this topic, so I saw a little bit of the funnier stuff. Like,
Yeah, you saw a fat guy in a bikini.
Like, oh, we're gonna own. That's gonna come back later, by the way. But like, we're gonna own this guy by putting him in a bikini. Like, you got Grok. The FOID coded version of that was be like, shut up, you're not even worth grokking. Nobody would grok you. Which, what a brutal own.
That's great, dude. Yeah, I was thinking. You remember last time I brought this up was around Thanksgiving when all the e-girls were saying that their family was disowning them and using that as a tactic to farm engagement for their OnlyFans. Now they're all using AI to put them in bikinis. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I see it and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like the Grok is good. Grok is good at it. It's weird, but like it's not real, so it's like even weirder.
Yeah.
It's like that's not what her skin looks like, but like Grok thinks it is.
I mean, there's only so many ways a human being can be. If you can approximate it to look real enough, who's to say that it's not real at that point?
Yeah, but I mean, it does. Does no blemishes, just. It's almost like it applies the Instagram filter for you.
Okay. Wait, so now we're fetishizing imperfection? People aren't allowed to be perfect. Being perfect isn't sexy.
I don't know, man. I'm like the Japanese dude. I love imperfections.
Yeah, you're real into the whole ugly bastard thing.
What the fuck? What? No, that's not where I was going with that. Dude, what the fuck? I don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
Oh, you know.
No idea, dude.
Yeah, you know.
Not a guy like me. I've only seen Boku no Pico, and that's it.
I doubt it. Whatever you say, pal.
No. That was a joke. That was terrible. I haven't seen that, actually. I've only seen a guy review it, and it made me freak out.
Boku no Pico's the best. Quote Seth Nacho. Guys, can you believe? I can believe he said that.
Guys, I love little femboys. They're my favorite.
Look, he's doubling down.
He's agreeing with the statement. He loves little femboys. He loves when they drop ice cream on his shirt. Let's go full into it, bro. But no, there's like a Japanese philosophy, I guess. Like a way of belief that imperfections are something to be proud of. Like a vase that has like a crack in it or something, or just whatever. Like looking at that and seeing it as beauty. That's what I'm talking about. Like you don't have it's okay to not be perfect. That's what I was having a positive message there, and you turned it into whatever ugly bastards is.
Don't try to dance it with. You could just acknowledge it and move on. The more you deny it, the more you make it clear that you know exactly what was meant there.
Doug's the weird one. Doug is the one that knows what that is. Not Seth Nacho. He doesn't know.
Yeah, so the reparative technique that you described,
Huh?
kintsugi, that's like when you put the vase back together with the gold.
Let me see it.
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi.
And it embodies the philosophy of wabi-sabi, which was actually a TikTok trend last year where girls were calling their boyfriends wabi-sabi.
Well, wabi-sabi is the thing that I'm talking about, like the imperfections. But they were calling their boyfriends that?
Yeah.
So their boyfriends are imperfect, I guess.
It's brutal. It's brutal, and I mean it is beautiful in a way, but it's brutal.
Wabi sabi, not to be confused with wasabi. Okay.
Yeah, I mean calling somebody wabi-sabi is pretty spicy. So they might be kind of the same after all.
They're also a little bit green.
But yeah, it's like it's the same thing, really, in a way, or it can be taken in the way of like. You're chopped, but I love you anyway.
Yeah.
Which if you said it exactly like that, fucking rude.
Exactly. Not to be confused with kimusabi.
Yeah.
Whatever Tonto called the Lone Ranger.
Which that's just a mentor. You don't want your girlfriend to see you as a mentor either.
Or her to be your mentor.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you might want that.
Yeah, maybe a little, but like it goes back and forth. Right?
Yeah, the summer after your senior year. Yeah, I'm not even gonna finish describing that situation.
Yeah, now I'm lost, dude. Now I'm really fucking lost.
I'm describing an archetypal fantasy for a certain kind of guy. You know, the sexual mentor. A real
you're talking about getting groomed.
A real licorice pizza situation. For all my PTA heads out there.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about like? You talking about getting groomed? Is that what you're talking about? Like an older woman?
It's not getting groomed per se.
Right.
A mentor doesn't groom you. What?
Anyway, I'm lost in the sauce right
You're
now.
missing the point.
Yeah, I sure am.
Being
Remember, I'm
up.
sleepy, guys.
Yeah, clearly. It's all good and nice things today.
Yeah. Especially if you listen to our Spotify premium exclusive content. Yeah, Doug, you want to read another ad for us?
I mean, I don't know. I kind of
Warships.
Okay, well, I mean, we could do. I mean, there's World of Tanks, and I don't know what the boats one is called. I think it's like World of Warships. I think that is it. But no, the real one you want to play if you're playing any game like that is you want to play War Thunder, because that's where they leak down to the millimeter schematics of like modern day battlefield technology.
For my poly market, so I can know the details, so I know exactly who to put in the prediction market.
Yeah. When?
By the way, if you guys did make predictions on what Doug would wear today and you didn't vote camo jacket, I'm really sorry.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Did you see that in December, by the way? We missed that. The guy from Saudi Arabia came here to talk to Trump. And he was like, oh, if you voted for me, because, they hate gambling over there. He's like, if you voted for me to have a black suit on, sorry. Like, I thought that was funny. And another thing we missed, did you hear about Beastland?
Yeah.
It's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast's big theme park. He's like, my fans are global, so it's halfway in the middle of the world. It's like, the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I mean, honestly, Saudi Arabia probably a pretty cool, chill place to go hang out.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to build a tourist industry.
Yeah. Plus, they're finally going multicultural with it. They're like, if you're above a pretty reasonable income threshold, like if you are a person who makes more than $30,000 a year, you're now allowed to drink openly in Saudi Arabia. So
Interesting. I was just thinking, like, they don't allow gambling and all this stuff, but they have, like, they're trying to build, like, nice hotels and stuff, trying to Dubai themselves.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, shoot, with as popular as alcohol is going to be for tourists, like,
and now kids want to go because you got Mr. Beastland.
They'll bring in gambling if they can control it. And
well, the fact that he acknowledged poly market, basically, I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, War Thunder was the one.
What do
you think? What do you think? Like, all right, I won't even try and do that. Here's the level, the degree. last August, mind you, they released detailed blueprints and schematics for like Japan's F-4EJ fighter jets. No, they're not 4EJ fighter jets. Excuse me. The air-to-air missiles. You could just, if you have the material, you could just go build one of those now. Thanks, War Thunder.
Yeah, I got a great 3D printer. Thank you, War Thunder.
Yeah, access to like some metallurgy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have all that. I can smith things here. In the mansion, all things are possible.
Yeah, that's why I didn't have to ask, because I knew where we were. But you should ask me a big question.
Should I?
Yeah.
I guess so. Doug. This one's a big question. How many owls do you have to see, Doug, before you start to ask questions about what the fuck's going on?
Depends where I am.
Normal day at your house.
Maybe like a whole congress of owls, frankly.
Like if you see one owl, no big deal. Right? It's normal. You see two, okay, there's a nest. You see like 5 owls in a night? I mean, like, is that not suspicious?
Yeah, that's why I said a whole congress.
What is a congress?
You know how animal groups have fancy names. Technically, the one for owls is Parliament, but
We're in America.
Fuck that. I'm an American. It's called a congress over here, bitch.
But like, how many makes a congress for you?
I mean, I'm not a fucking owl scientist.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Give me a number, dude.
Yeah, I did.
You said congress. You give me a number.
Yeah. You know what? It doesn't matter if I know the number or if I say the number. It is a number.
Is it like 6 or 7? How many owls, Doug?
It's kill yourself owls for making that joke. It's enough owls to be suspicious.
That could be a different number for every person. For me, it's like 4. I think 3 is acceptable. 4 is into territory of, okay, the birds are controlled by the government. What's happening here?
4 to me...
That's a lot of owls.
4 is fine. Honestly, to where I'm getting concerned, it might be upwards of a dozen.
Okay, so if you see like a dozen owls in a night, that's concerning.
Yeah.
I think that is concerning.
And really, it's not even in a night.
Like, since when did I live in the woods?
Yeah. I could see 12 owls intermittently, and one, maybe not even realize that it was 12 total. I mean,
I think some are the same.
You don't really... I don't know if y'all have ever seen an owl, but you don't really get a lot of time to set your eyes on them usually.
They are nocturnal. They are at night.
For me, it's like if I saw 12 at once, I would be praying to my ancestors to unlock some of like the old runic speak. I was like, I'm gonna have to commune with nature right now. All Father help.
I'm going back to my Gaelic roots.
Call back on the wisdom of Japheth. But yeah, so like 12 owls all at once. That freaked me out.
Got it. Okay, now we know a number. Thank you, Doug.
No problem. Glad we
For
could
me, it's literally 4. Because I feel like owls aren't the type of bird that would be like in unison like that. I feel like they usually like keep their distance because they're predators.
Yeah, maybe it just takes a little bit more to concern
Like,
a
you
beast
don't-
like me.
Like, you don't see like a flock of hawks together, right? Like a hawk is usually by itself in the sky.
Hawk flock. Hawk flock. Hawk flock flock hawk.
You sound like Waka Flocka, dude, right now. Hawk flock! Hawk flock!
Hawk! I go hard in the motherfucking air, bird. Then I dive on them, scoop them off the ground, bird.
Killing snakes, bird! What the fuck you think, bird?
I'm gonna fly in this shit. I don't care what y'all say.
I'm gonna use my talons, get my fucking way. God damn. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's usually just one. Like, it's not like maybe there'll be two, and it's like a mating pair or something. But like, you never see like 5 hawks all hanging out together. So like, if I saw that, I'd be like, whoa, you know, like.
Yeah.
And it was all owls, dude. And they all have the face that like they do like they can turn their head 360 or whatever, you know.
Yeah. No amount. Hold on. There is one situation in which no amount of owls is concerning, or it's concerning for much different reasons. But this situation is if they're all naked. You ever seen a picture of a naked owl?
What do you mean by naked owl?
Dude, let me pull this up.
Like they
for you.
molted all their feathers at once?
Yeah.
Because owls have like a very interesting property. I don't remember what it is because it's been so long since I studied it. But like owls are silent because their feathers do something special.
So check this out. This is what a naked owl looks like.
Ugh. Ugh. It's got a nice big chicken wing though.
Oh yeah.
Like, look at its legs though.
Mm-mm.
Now, you guys need to look this up. Look up a naked owl.
Yeah, it's freakily deakily.
I wonder why. What caused that? Did it molt? Did someone pluck all its feathers, or?
I mean, that could just be like for educational purposes.
Yeah.
That's clearly not a living thing. It's constructed. You know, it's on a
Got
set piece. But yeah, I mean,
You know what? Go on Twitter, post a picture of an owl, and then say, "Hey, Grok, make it naked."
let's try this right now.
No, son.
Make a picture of an owl. Alright, so first thing we're going to check, can it do an owl?
Okay, solid.
Pretty good owl.
Doug just grokked an owl picture.
Now, the next step, put him in a bikini.
Oh my god.
Okay, it didn't deny the request. What's going to happen?
Okay, well, it's pretty much what you would expect.
Honestly.
It's the same picture of an owl, but it's in a bikini now.
Yeah. Oh, but what's really funny is the owl had a straight face, as much as an owl can have a straight face. For whatever reason in the bikini photos, Grok forced it to have this uncanny smile. Let me show you the contrast so you can see. There's a straight face, right?
Yeah.
Very obvious uncanny smile.
Yeah, like an owl doesn't have lips to like curl upwards, but it kind of looks like it does here. Well, that was a great experience of making Grok put an owl in a bikini.
Yeah.
So forcing Twitter trends on defenseless animals.
Yeah. I'm glad to contribute to the like air pollution of the greater Memphis area, because that's where the XAI data centers are for this. Well, that's another 7 million gallons of water burned, permanently destroyed. If you listen to what the libs say, because that's how water works. There's no water cycle.
Matter is not conserved.
No.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Golly, speaking of
Go
libs.
straight to jail.
Speaking of libs, dude, did you hear about this?
What?
Yeah.
More liberal garbage?
Yeah. Apparently, it's not called abandoning your child. Apparently, it's called being a non-custodial mom.
Okay, you know what? I think I might have heard something about this. Was it the mom who set her like 8-year-old up for adoption?
No, but there's a lot of that out there these days.
Well, yeah, I think it was on TikTok, I saw a woman say that she put her kid up for adoption so that she wouldn't have to deal with homework and all this shit anymore. And I was like, bro, what? You just don't want to be a parent anymore? Like, I guess, like it wasn't anything crazy. It was just like the basic shit. Like, she was just complaining.
Yeah.
I was like, you set your kid up for adoption for that? That's terrible.
Yeah. terrible story. Obviously, an example of somebody who's just like not willing to be a parent. Which, how the fuck did you get yourself into that position? Infinity ways not to become a parent. It's so simple. You really got to try to, or just have no discipline. But if we've ever brought this up on the show, but it's kind of common knowledge that generally Twitter will end up having a character of the day, like something that most of the site will talk about on a day. This lady, she throws up this 1.5 minute long video, not herself, this is somebody brought it on Twitter for all of us to get mad at. But she hits this in like a 30 second long rant about how like, so I really want to talk right now about my life as a non-custodial mom and what I think that means, how much better it is for me. And she describes the process of abandoning her child and giving full custody to her ex-husband so that she can move away back to the city and only work and work. She's like, and that's way more fulfilling than being a mother. And I think this is, and it's honestly the best for everyone involved, implying that she would treat her child like shit if she just stuck around and actually did what she was supposed to.
Does she pay child support?
She better, that's all I'm saying.
But yeah, that's interesting. So now she wants to work, live her life with her girlies, getting espresso martinis on the weekends.
Yeah.
And complaining about how there's no good men left to date while her son is with the ex-husband.
It's really disordered, man. And just like, and she uses like, oh, and I had to do inner work to deal with my sense of shame around this, and it's like, you're just weaponizing therapy speak to justify abandoning your child. Like, let's not get away from that. Non-custodial mom, what the fuck's that horse shit?
I mean, it's nice for the dad, I guess, because usually courts favor women in these kind of situations.
Yeah.
Right? And give the kid custody to the mother. But in this case, it's like the dad is the mom, He's the one that has the kid. And she's the one that's like, I'm going to work and work and never see my child again.
I no longer want a family.
Because men don't usually feel that way. Men don't usually don't want the family anymore. They usually just get shut out.
Yeah.
But in this case, she wants it. So that's the weird part, right? That's the weird part. But she has taken on the more masculine role in this situation, I feel like. Usually it's the guy that ends up like that. But he's not that he wants to be in that situation.
I mean, in terms of stereotype, I guess I can give it to you there.
I don't know, I'm just trying to look at it at a different angle,
Yeah, totally. But it's like, the libs are going too far, man. And,
this is a liberal issue.
Yeah, using therapy speak to justify disordered behavior is lib coded.
You're not wrong, Doug. You're not wrong.
Yeah, another.
What was the therapy speak again?
Doing the deep inner work to deal with the sense of shame, and non-custodial. What does that mean? That at least gets you curious. That doesn't confront you with the reality of, and I'm going to say it again for the third time, abandoning your child.
Yeah, to me it sounds like, I had to do some inner work to get with my shame because I killed a man last week, and, I've really come to terms with it, and, we're all going to move on from this. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I know it'll take a lot of work to rebuild your trust, There'll always be a part of you that'll wonder if I'll backslide and kill somebody again.
Yeah, I mean, if I run over someone with my car again, it's not. It's really on them. They had a lot of inner issues. They didn't work out with their therapist. I'm trying to think of something funny here, guys. There's something here. There's a thread here for sure.
Yeah, the real thread, I'll just bring it back to it. Fucking libs. I think it's going to be a really right-wing year for the show.
I think that's just you, Doug.
We pulled you to the center last year.
I don't think we did, Doug.
I think we can get to at least center right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I got some real issues with some of the big news from this week.
Interesting. Well, you do order out a lot, so you probably weren't happy to hear about some of the contract leaks out of DoorDash.
I heard about the AI DoorDash. I've not heard about this. What?
Yeah. So an insider who
I was talking about Venezuela, but yeah. Good.
we'll get to that.
Yeah, my issues are with Venezuela stuff.
But yeah, no, it was interesting. It's like, and you gotta take him on his word because he did this anonymously. But a lot of the times in tech, which that's really what it is DoorDash is a tech company.
Yeah.
So a lot of times in tech, anonymous whistleblowers end up vindicated, and it comes out to be true. But he describes just how like gamified and cynical the management of the company sees that their service and their customer base. Like to the point where the internal way of referring to customers and drivers is as human assets. Not as, I mean, drivers aren't employees, of course.
They're contractors.
But, customers, you could at least call them contractors. They're like, no, we have to squeeze as much value as we can out of our human assets.
Right, it's very, I guess, dehumanized.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know another word for it, but they're just freaking weird. Like that's calling them human assets. It's like referring to it as labor and capital, and
Yeah.
it's just it's taken that back seat where you're like not seeing the real picture. As you would say, like an episode or two ago, I'm interested in reality. This is like not looking at reality. This is looking at like the economic theory.
Yeah. Less like morally complicated. There are certain things in there that are just completely mislabeled. Things like the priority fee that you can choose to add or the driver benefit fee. Those don't get applied to anything. If you choose to make a priority delivery, it doesn't bump you up in the queue at all.
Right. I think like if you make a priority delivery, I feel like you're supposed to they're not supposed to make another stop. They're supposed to go to you first.
Yeah.
Right.
That doesn't actually do anything.
Right.
That just 100% goes into DoorDash's, skips over the driver.
Just straight to their money.
Yeah. Same thing with the supposed driver benefit fee. Like, no, none of that money goes to the driver either. The guy says, oh yeah, we also still find a way to steal driver tips. We have to do it a little differently now than we did when we got caught and called out for it the first time. And then the real crazy one to me was how much they grind down their drivers. They look at what orders drivers are willing to accept. And if they accept too many low value orders, like, you'll pick up $3 worth of stuff for somebody for no tip, and if you're willing to do that anyway, just like to keep working, all of a sudden, those are the only deliveries you get to see. DoorDash figured out that you're a slave, and they're gonna treat you like a slave.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, they save the juicy orders for newer drivers to get them that dopamine hit.
Yeah, give them that big
zip
money.
phone, and hopefully grind them down into
the slaves.
Yeah. That is really fucked up, and you should not really be using these services.
Yeah, right. Ah, man.
Not only are they just like yeah, sure, you're spending the extra money and you can justify it for your convenience, but it's like it's coming at a real human cost that you're inflicting upon somebody.
Yeah, because like DoorDash and those companies like that, like operate at a loss all the time. They just rely on their investments.
Yeah.
So like they're trying to figure out how to make a profit as best they can, and they're willing to do anything.
So
the AI I was talking about though, DoorDash drivers are apparently like finding pictures of your front door or something somehow, and like AI putting the food in front of it to look like they delivered your food, but they really didn't.
I'm all for that. That's fucking. I can, especially because you do that enough. Eventually, you're not going to be allowed to DoorDash anymore. So it's a limited run scam that you're going to pull. But like, I cannot hate a player for hustling. I just can't do it.
Damn.
You know, You know?
I mean, I guess you could just always cancel your order.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get.
I mean, that's what chargebacks are for. So.
We need to be able to afford Meta AI glasses for the show. Not for the show, but so that I can wear them outside of the show.
Yeah.
You know, that way I can constantly record everything around me. That's even if I don't have consent. I can be like, Meta AI, show me them in a bikini. Meta AI, put them on Riley Reed's body and have them do the twist.
Huh. I've never heard of that before. Neuralink, what are boobs? Define. Nice. Show me examples.
Meta AI, show me what it looks like when they're getting thugged out.
But yeah, I guess we can cap it off with a good 20 minutes here on like the biggest story of the week, which is Western liberals continuing to be blown the fuck out and taking the wrong side on everything. That's right, folks. We're talking about Venezuela.
Liberals.
Oh yeah, a
like,
ton.
somehow liberals are getting this wrong.
Yeah. Tons of American liberals are like.
All right, look, I'll tell you my piece in a second because clearly you have something to say. Let's hear what you have to say about this.
Oh, they were flying off the handle as soon as the news broke, being like, "Oh my God, I can't believe we do this. This is so unjust. This is literal fascism. We can't do this kind of thing," and like getting offended and upset on behalf of Venezuelans.
And what is the thing that we did?
Oh yeah, we extradited Nicolas Maduro and his wife for a bunch of crimes which they have done against the United States, like verifiably. So, you know, we went and grabbed them up, said, you're going to have your day in court, we're going to give you some due process, but, you know. So if they got in, got out, sure there was some...
What were the crimes?
I actually have the announcement from Pam
Because
Bondi.
what I remember is we threatened them with war, and Nicolas Maduro went on a speech for his people in Venezuela and was like, "Don't worry, be happy." He just started getting so nervous he started singing that song. And then,
He also sang Imagine at that too.
And then he threatened the U.S. back with guerrilla warfare.
So anyway,
in Venezuela, but of course we didn't fight him. We just kidnapped him.
What him and his wife are charged with, and they're going to stand trial for. This is the post that Attorney General Pam Bondi made. But the charges are narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. So all really, really easy, verifiable things, honestly. It'll be interesting to see how that trial goes. I've never heard of a trial like this.
We're gonna do that to Iran too. Like, what do we like? It just feels like normal stuff.
I mean, we're not going to do anything to Iran. At least
we already did.
At least not legally.
We already blew up all their nuclear facilities.
So, I mean, what can they really do, right? It's not like they have anything close to our military. Like,
it just feels weird, Doug. It feels weird.
Well, we'll get into.
Is the UN gonna come after? What is that? The court, international court, or whatever.
Oh, international law is over.
Okay.
Well, and we're gonna get into more of all of this, but the point is, Western libs all mad and all upset about this, especially on the behalf of Venezuelans. They're like, "Don't worry, we're not going to stand for this. We're not going to stand for us meddling in the government of your country." Meanwhile, thousands, tens of thousands of posts from actual Venezuelans, complete celebration. They're sick of this guy. You wouldn't believe how many Venezuelans Maduro has killed to keep himself in power.
Oh, okay.
This is an actual dictator. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're like, you know, you can think whatever you want. You don't know anything about it. Venezuela is happy to have our dictator taken away from us. Maybe we can actually get back to democracy.
Right. They were socialists for the longest time.
Yeah, under Chavez, which, and then before that too, honestly.
Yeah, they publicly state their oil industry. And they have a lot of crude oil there.
Yeah. So, what does this really mean, though? And that's where some of these details come in. This is where this like international law is over kind of thing. The Monroe Doctrine's back, or as our president has described it, now they call it the Donroe Doctrine. You know, the Donroe.
Oh, Donald. Yeah.
Yeah. But I had to go look this up because all I remembered was that it was a thing.
Right, yeah, you said that, like, and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, but I was like, I don't remember what that is.
Yeah. So, sort of three key parts to what the Monroe Doctrine is. It's, you know, just sort of a statement about how the U.S. is going to go about conducting itself in the world. But the idea is that there won't be any more European colonization of the Americas. And this did come about at a time where, like, there was still a lot of European influence in Central South America, not so much North. There wouldn't be any European interference in independent American countries, which, you know, falls under the purview of, like, things like Guam, but
this is
Puerto
like,
Rico, that territory.
it was basically like saying this is our hemisphere. The Western Hemisphere is ours.
For real. And then it came with a promise of like, we won't interfere in those ways in Europe. So, you know, don't fuck with us, we won't fuck. You don't start no shit, there won't be no shit. I guess the update of the Donroe Doctrine is going to be like, oh, and that goes for China and Russia too. Which, a really fun detail of this like special forces operation, shouts out to Delta Forces, very cool Army guys. But Chinese envoys the day before had flown in to meet with Maduro about the continuing partnership. And I mean, Maduro being a socialist dictator, really more of a communist dictator, he inherited that legacy from Chavez. That goes into the nationalization of the oil industry there.
Right.
Yeah, just really funny to do this at the time when, you know, probably the most powerful global ally a state like Venezuela could have sent its guys to do statecraft. And people joked about, like, you know, this is what the Chinese envoy woke up to. And it's just like the Giga Chad in, like, you know, Black Ops gear going, shh, Envoy Chang, don't wake up. Don't try to rescue your buddy over there. Go back to sleep.
This is a dream.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, Chavez, I think he fired people in the oil industry, like in like a presidential speech, like on TV. Like that was not good, man.
But yeah, so this is big and positive for the one, and to me first and foremost, really positive for Venezuela.
So liberals are mad on behalf of Venezuela, like America shouldn't be able to do this. That's what they're saying. And you're saying that Venezuelans are happy about it because it means they can have regime change.
Yeah. Like,
can I tell you my angle?
Absolutely. I realized we didn't get to that.
Well, I was going to do it, but I was going to let you finish your piece first.
Please go.
If you're not finished, you keep going.
Well, there's a lot more to this, so let's not get away from your thing.
Is that okay? Because I'm about to take it in a different spin. Look, so fentanyl. That's the big issue here, right? Trump is really concerned with fentanyl coming into the U.S. and he blames Venezuela, which is ridiculous because most of the fentanyl in the U.S. comes from Mexico, right? Most of the fentanyl comes from Mexico from Chinese precursors. But he blames Venezuela. He claims weapons of mass destruction as the fentanyl, which is eerily similar. Like, I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm telling you right now, what's his name? Dick Cheney, if he was still alive, he'd have the biggest hard-on. He'd have such a huge hard-on for us using weapons of mass destruction excuse again to get more oil. Like, it's like exactly like Bush all over again. Weapons of mass destruction, go to the country with oil, take all their oil, you know? Like, you know the boats that were getting destroyed? The drug boats?
Yeah.
Well, the oil boats got confiscated. They didn't get destroyed. They got confiscated. America is stealing oil from Venezuela, Doug.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Oh, I understand a little more than you think.
Yeah, no, you do. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. I was just like, Dick Cheney is like, if he was still alive, which he's not, he died.
Yeah.
But if he was still alive,
Yeah.
he'd be so happy to know that we're continuing his legacy.
Rest in, Dick. Rest in.
You know, maybe we'll go shoot our hunting buddies next month.
Sure.
But that was a Dick Cheney joke. I don't know.
Yeah.
He shot his friend.
I mean, yeah. I'll pull a Dick Cheney. I'll pull a Dick Cheney any day of the week, if that's what that means.
But I just thought that was crazy that it feels like we're invading them just to get some sort of oil out of this instead of...
Oh yeah, I mean it's our oil. It's also our equipment. Chavez stole all of the oil industry stuff from American petroleum companies. None of that belonged to Venezuela. It employed Venezuelans and it like really bolstered their economy through jobs and like excess profits being reinvested back into Venezuela in a partnership.
Yeah.
But it was stolen. So like us taking it back is like okay.
Well, that'd just be the equipment, not the oil.
Well, I mean, you know,
It's their oil, their country, right?
I disagree. If you can't get the gold under your feet, is it yours? I don't think so. You know, if you can't obtain something,
I think
it's not yours.
I think we have to agree to disagree, Doug.
You know, and that's fair. But I would say
Because like rights to something is confusing. It gets confusing. If you say it was our equipment, then it's our equipment. But I mean, it's their oil because it's in their country. I guess
Yeah.
you know. But like if they give us the right to take some to like mine it for them, that's a whole other thing. I mean, I don't. You know, there's a whole litany of litigation here that I'm not sure on. But I thought it was funny that we used fentanyl as a weapons of mass destruction excuse to take oil.
I mean, yeah, I get the
classic America big dogs.
Yeah, I do get the like superficial level comparison or the linkage. The difference for me here is that like there were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and Afghanistan. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of people die every year from like laced drugs.
Right, but that mostly comes from Mexico. That was the point I was making. It's not really from Venezuela.
That's like factually inaccurate.
That's the thing, it isn't.
No,
It's okay, Doug. You can be wrong. It's okay.
literally a bunch of drugs come from South America. Venezuela is a massive shipping. So if you want to say it's not produced in Venezuela, then
No.
But like
No, I'm saying
Colombian
most
country-
of it comes from Mexico. Not saying that none of it comes from Venezuela, though. Sure, some of it comes from there.
Right. So another thing about this, the plan is to go do some of this shit to Mexico too, which is gonna be fucking awesome. But you have to deal with all of it. When you're attacking an enemy, you attack everything that they've got going on, and if the enemy are these drugs that are killing hundreds of thousands of Americans.
Just start with the oil country, though. You know.
Yeah. Well, I
We'll
mean,
get to Mexico later.
yeah. We've been held back for too long by foreign interests, and we've been held back for too long by trying to be nice and adhere to a liberal world order that is served only to disadvantage us. So, yeah, obviously, we're going to get ours back in every single way possible. This is the coolest thing our government has ever done.
I don't know, man. I think Andrew Jackson was pretty cool.
Yeah, it took 14...
You didn't think the Trail of Tears was cool, man?
Nah, that's not as cool as this. That's an easy one. That's a very easy sentence to say.
Trail of Tears, I thought that was when my dad came home from the casino.
Yeah. Also, in like just how effective some of these war fighting techniques that they were able to deploy, like.
Well, real quick, it was really funny to me. The operation apparently took like 6 minutes and some amount of seconds, which actually was less time than the screen time of that one character from Stranger Things coming out as gay. That actually took longer. It was like 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And the operation was like 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I think that's pretty... We abducted a president of a country and his wife in less time than it took for a character to come out as gay on a show.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's how long it took them to infiltrate and extract from the compound with the two perpetrators. Like the whole overall thing, though, was incredibly fast. Like, they were only in country for about 80 minutes, period. And so the entire operation, like setting out, dropping in, extracting, getting out of the country, back onto the USS Iwo Jima, that took less than 4 hours. So,
Wow.
all very timely. One thing that I was like, whoa, this is intense. This is really cool. They were able to like completely take out electricity and cellular in the area that they needed to. So complete blindside, no level of coordination. They couldn't even mount a defense. They could do nothing to stop this. Truly undefeated global champions. What a start to the year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what a start to the year indeed. We'll see what kind of year this is. The big 2-6. We'll see. Now that we're starting with taking a president out of a country.
Yeah, but finishing up on the point of like international law is kind of over.
Like the ICJ and stuff like that, right?
We've already seen a lot of that in terms of like what they want to do and what they want to affect, and none of it coming to fruition.
Yeah, they can't touch Israel.
Outside of what they're doing in Africa. But it's also like laws only have any relevance when they can be enforced.
Enforced, yeah.
And so you can ignore it or whatever, or look at the map. Look at all the potential players in the game and who could do something about it. Venezuela, the only people that they really could ask for help in something like this, if they wanted to get back at the U.S., Russia, China, Iran.
Mostly China,
Yeah.
right? Because they literally, you said Chinese envoys are there.
So Iran, not that big of a player, not big enough, and they've got their own shit going on already.
Iran or Iran, the only thing they really got going for them is that they did fire back at Israel to show that they can do something. So, like, you got to give them props that they're, like, the only country that could stand up to anything.
Yeah, but you know,
But they're clearly not a powerhouse.
right? And,
Especially since we took out all their
and
nuclear.
also, sure, they could fire back at Israel, but now they're content. Like they have to keep their eyes on Israel. They cannot divert anything else. They've picked their fight.
No, I know what you mean. Like, I get it. I was just trying to give them a little bit of flowers because, like, at least they could do something.
Right.
But yeah, they're not helping Venezuela. No.
Similar situation with Russia. If they weren't tied up in the
Trump met with Putin like last year, like at the end of the year, at some point. I don't remember exactly when, but like,
if they weren't tied up in the 4th fucking year of Ukraine, you know, they might be available for something, but they're not. They're tied up. Now, China's China. China is going, like, they play a very different game than these large-scale global conflicts. They're very, like, industry-focused, very business-focused. So them getting with Venezuela, a lot more about the oil of it all, and, like, getting to...
well, I think I talked about this before. I think China might have invested in Venezuela the same way with some African countries, like developing them and stuff, like building infrastructure for them, maybe. I don't remember exactly, but I think I heard something like that about that.
I mean, the same kind of shit they do in Africa with Belt and Road.
Yeah,
like that's the kind of game China plays. So they're gonna look at that and like, they have an amount of military might that they could leverage that they're probably saving, like maybe for Taiwan or something.
Well, you know what's going on with China, right?
Not recently.
It's kind of like South Korea. Like they're having a population problem because they have the one child policy.
What a disaster that was.
So now they're building robots to increase their labor force with robots. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's off topic. But yeah, so Venezuela, I mean, they don't have much they can ask for help. They could ask the UN. You know, in terms of like international law, that's the only entity that really has any say is the UN. Like, you remember what happened with Israel when they invaded Lebanon and you said it was a lot of like Irish soldiers?
Yeah.
So
They'll
like,
fight for anything but their own country.
yeah, so like, you're not getting U.S. help, right? The U.S. is like the biggest force in the UN that would fight for anything. And we're the ones doing the taking out of them, so we're not going to be like, oh, let's fight ourselves.
Yeah, you want us to start hitting ourselves. I mean, we might just do that because we're bored.
And you think other countries are going to go after us?
Yeah.
Well,
and then meanwhile,
I don't know. We're all every country's kind of ramping up for war. So
yeah, the last other power player. This is a person that's
Is it
on
India?
our side
Okay.
but might switch. Like, could theoretically be like, we can't stand for this. So the European Union plus the UK. However, they're not going to flip on us because what are they also all in and tied up in? They're on the Ukraine half of the Ukraine-Russia war. So all their chips are already in that pot. There's not a single country in the world that can do anything about this. So, like, you can jerk me off with international law.
And it's not like we're trying to take over Venezuela. We're just trying to change the leadership, I guess. Kind of like, but instead of doing it CIA with a coup, we're doing it more blatantly out in the open, I guess.
I mean, the thing is with Venezuela is right now they have a democratically elected president, and when the results of that election came out, Maduro said, well, no, we're not actually doing that. You can sit your ass back down. I'm still the guy. So theoretically, they could just turn over the government of Venezuela to her and let her deal with all the Maduro loyalists who are still in positions of power and let her figure that out and maybe potentially lose it. Or, now that we've done this, have a level of control and support and a watchful eye over it and, like, actually guide them back to a state of managed democracy. But that's a real thing that happened, by the way. Like, I cannot stress enough how much of an actual dictator Maduro was. He pretended to have an election, said, nope, I don't accept that. Somebody said, don't tell Trump you can do that. Then he might do it too.
God.
But, so that's crazy. So there's all of that.
Yeah, quite an operation that showed the effectiveness of the U.S. military. Still probably one of the greatest militaries in the whole world.
Yeah, best one that's ever or will ever exist. The USA to infinity.
And we do love our troops. If there's anything about the INH podcast, we do support the troops.
Yeah. We also support Canada, who apparently are the biggest losers in all of this.
What?
Yeah.
What, because they're oil too?
Well, yeah. Well, it's the oil that they can't sell to us anymore.
Why is that?
So and the other thing, this has saved the dollar. The amount of oil that we've taken over to the tune of like 17 trillion at a median price. We had the petrodollar. The petrodollar's back, and we're good again. It's great. Especially with car manufacturers shifting away from all electric or hybrid back into gasoline because the environmentalism agenda is going away the further away we pull from the EU. Anyway.
I've always said that we'll go green when it becomes profitable to go green. That's what I've always said.
I mean, the market abides. It leads. It guides everything.
When oil is getting scarcer and we have to, and like it becomes pricier, we're going to go green just because it makes sense to go green then. And is it the worst thing for the environment?
I mean, I don't know. I like having mountains and forests and not strip mining everything for lithium.
Oh, I was thinking more of greenhouse gas effect or whatever. I'm like, is it really like affecting it that much? I don't know, dude.
Yeah, all I'm saying is
we're getting a little hotter. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Who really likes winter? Not me.
I do, but yeah, like I don't know. You still have a great winter up north.
Yeah. Friend of the show, Mario Zelaya, he posts this like Canadian picture that I thought was interesting, and this will be a good out. But one of Canada's biggest exports is crude oil, and their biggest purchaser is the U.S. Now, because things like the Keystone XL pipeline were stopped, Canada.
But that was stopped by Biden, wasn't it?
Yeah. So. And if someone, if we had got a Kamala presidency, we don't take this kind of action. There's all kinds of ways where Canada could have been in a much better position, but now it didn't play out that way. Canada's not going to be able to compete with Venezuelan crude, and that kind of makes Canada the biggest loser in all of this. Except for like people who are on like Maduro's payroll, they can't just like steal from the Venezuelan citizens anymore.
Right.
As always,
it makes you think about the Russia, because Russia was like the biggest supplier of oil in like Europe. And then when the Russia-Ukraine war started, Germany was the biggest loser because they couldn't get their oil anymore from Russia. So they had to start burning their own coal again. Like, oh no, we have to outsource. We are a first world country and we must outsource our energy consumption.
Yeah.
No. No more.
Imagine that. So, heart goes out to Canada. You never want to see anything bad happen to those guys. They're going to be all right. You'll find something else to sell us.
Yeah, you can keep playing hockey or something.
Yeah, give me some more of that syrup.
I heard was it Ontario or one of the teams got really shit on or something. I don't know.
Probably Edmonton, the Oilers.
Maybe.
But dang ol'. I gotta say this. Here's one thing I didn't like and was not a fan of that happened in the Venezuela operation. And I found it very distasteful that they bombed the shit out of Hugo Chavez's tomb. I get it. He sucked. He stole he stole our machines, he stole our industry, he stole our oil. I get it. He's a dirty communist. But I'm not a fan of desecrating graves. Completely inappropriate. Not a good look.
It'd be like if we bombed that little town in Italy where Mussolini's enshrined.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, terrible guy, awful shit he did, but come on. It's kind of like what we did in Germany. There was a really historic town that we bombed the fuck out of.
Dresden.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, people don't like to talk about that, but they don't like to talk about what the. Yeah.
They don't like talking about what they did at all.
No, Germany suffered inordinate consequences, and people who had no reason to suffer those kinds of consequences were maliciously treated. That's a whole other 4-part episode.
4 episodes each. No. 1 episode each for each
But
part.
anyway, guy like me, all I'm saying is let's not make a habit of desecrating graves. There is.
Did Trump put out a statement at all about this? About the Venezuela thing?
Oh, there's a whole press conference about it. That's where stuff like the Donroe Doctrine came from.
Okay.
Also the plan for, we got to do something about Mexico, heavily implying they're about to get the same kind of treatment. He also verbally confirmed we're guiding Venezuela back.
I figured out what happened in Mexico.
Yeah.
Remember when we talked about it? About the youth going after Claudia Sheinbaum for siding with the cartel, supposedly? I figured out what actually happened.
Okay.
Claudia Sheinbaum is the type to assassinate people that she doesn't agree with, I guess, her political opponents to some degree. Some mayor of some town or something, like Mexico City or some town, he is kind of like the guy from El Salvador. He wants to fight the cartel with military might. He's we're not. Claudia Sheinbaum and her government's let's take them to court. Let's put them through the justice system. He's they got guns pointed at us, let's point guns back at them. Which apparently I think is what they do in El Salvador now with the cartel. Which is why they've become so prosperous now. Sort of. And other nations are taking note. And when that mayor guy got killed, they all put on his hat, the same hat he would wear, like a cowboy hat kind of thing, and they would fly straw hat flags, like Luffy, I guess the straw hat kind of took on the meaning of the dude's hat. It was cool, but they were fighting out because they don't want to go easy on the cartels anymore. That's what I figured out. So that's fun.
Yeah.
There was also big uprisings we didn't get to see in Indonesia and Nepal that were crazy. I don't know if you heard about those, but those were crazy. In Madagascar.
Yeah.
That was last year, though. That's last year's news.
Yeah.
Doug couldn't give a flying hoot.
If that even happened.
It fucking did happen. They set their whole...
No, it didn't.
Nepal set their whole fucking parliamentary building on fire.
Not real. Anyway, let's get out of here, man.
Yeah, it's about that time. Man. Dude, what the fuck? We got through it.
Yep.
Kind of can't believe it.
Yeah.
I was EP and sleepy, and I still managed to make it through.
Who knows how many more we'll even be able to pull off.
As many as we can. Guys, listen. The schedule's finally back, at least for right now. Twitch.tv/Seth_Nacho411. Monday and Tuesday. We're doing it again like normal.
Yeah, baby.
DVD, let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. I don't know what the plans are yet. I gotta talk to Doug. He's gonna give me advice later. And then yeah, besides that, I don't know what a parting shot should be, honestly, at this point. Like, there's so much bullshit that's going on. Don't be weird, and like, don't be the problem. I guess be a part of the solution when it comes to this AI shit. Don't try to put pictures of girls you know in compromising positions.
You know the thing
AI.
our entire audience is guilty of, actually.
Is it? They all put me
No,
in one?
obviously not.
They're gonna put us in bikinis.
That was the joke,
dude.
brother.
They're gonna put us in bikinis, though.
I mean, it'd be a great own.
well, yeah. See, when you do it as a joke, it's funny, I guess. But like, don't do it in a weird sicko way. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
or
don't know.
just lighten up. It's not that big of a deal.
I feel like it kind of is a big deal. Because it really is based, like, the whole Charlie Kirk thing. Like, AI took over his image. Like, it's like what he did before his death is way less impactful than what he's doing after his death.
Yeah, I mean, what would Agartha do without him?
Especially that, like, the weird, bizarre ones, like him as the Silver Surfer and shit. Like, just his face is on all sorts of shit. Anyway, just be careful with AI, is what I'm saying. Like, don't abuse it.
Yeah. Over here, you already know, it's your boy Dog B. Get at me where you at me. If you can't, fuck if I care. Sort of playing off that, you're going to see going forward more and more, nothing fucking matters. What you need to focus on is double the bread, double the head. Okay?
My boy Doug does deserve the best head in the world. He does.
Brother, you don't even know. So, yeah. Who gives a shit, man? Double the bread, double the head. Get your money up and get your honey up.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
I mean, you get that up too. Everyone loves a good laugh. But yeah, you know, just focus on stacking sick paper and doing sick owns. Yeah. The Fortnitification of everything will continue. The in-shitification of everything will continue. So the only solution to stand in the face of it is to not give a shit. And that's a good thing.
Nothing happens. Nothing. There's no consequences.
Yeah. So as you continue to do whatever the fuck you want, make sure that you do what you always gotta do, which is carry water, chop wood, and most importantly,
shoot you, Shiose.
Dime cómo le explico a mi destino que ya no estás ahí. Dime cómo guardé para desprenderme de este frenesí. Esta locura que siento por ti, con esta química que haces en mí. Y ya no puedo, girl, ya no puedo, girl.